Got Lance Barrington here. Put the video on here so you guys can see
I can
us.
smell it, man. I can smell Q4.
You can smell Q4?
I could sniff it.
It's that smell, Ryan.
Right here.
When Gina gets the pine cones and she starts setting up the pine cones in the house, you know, and you could smell it. You smell the gravy. Yeah, it smells good.
Smell the gravy.
You get the.
Oh my gosh, guys, welcome. As you know, we have Lance, Wolf, Barrington, McIntosh, my buddies, my MMA partners, talking Q4 tonight. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule on a Wednesday to be with us. And we're going to talk about how to crush it this Q4. So it's just an honor to have these guys with me. And guys, welcome. What's up?
Barrington.
Hey.
Don't everybody jump right at once.
You're up, Lance. You're up. You're up. Bat. First to bat. I'll hit the home run.
You hit the home run. Base hit, then you hit the home run.
Yep.
No, so guys, just real quick, I guess tell me really some of your. Most of these folks know who you guys are, but tell me a little bit about who you are, what your business is like, and you know why Q4 is a big deal.
Go ahead, Lance.
My name is Lance Wolf, and I met these wonderful guys. What was it? How long has it been now, guys? 3 years, maybe?
Almost 3 years that MMA's been together.
It's like forever. I mean, when I met these guys, it felt like I've known them forever because in this business, it's tough to find people that are as crazy as I am. And,
that's right.
These guys are a perfect match for me. But no, I've been selling for 10 years now, and I started off with, you know, just as a hobby. I was doing it for fun, selling books, doing the garage sales, a little bit with eBay, and as I was doing the books, it started to dry out a little bit just because other companies were getting smart and they were hitting the sources that I was going to and really cleaning them out. So I just kept – I had to think of something new because it changes all the time with Amazon. So, you know, I got into toys, and that's when I really started to love Q4, when I got into the toys.
Mm-hmm.
Toys are still great, but – I supplement that now with private label the easy way, which I learned from Ryan. So I pretty much told you about my business. And as far as me, you know, I'm just like a fun-loving guy, just like to relax, like to make a little extra money with Amazon. And it turned into a full-time gig. So that's
cool. And you just got married, didn't you?
Just got married in Jamaica.
Jamaica, yes. And we were all there to witness.
That was awesome, man.
Cool.
Excellent,
Barrington, tell them, everybody probably knows you. If they have the Proven Amazon course, you're not a stranger, but tell them what life's like in Jamaica.
You know, guys, again, thank you so much for investing your time to come out and listen to Q4. This could actually mean something, you know, special for the end of the year for you. So you really want to listen to the ideas and think about how you can execute for Q4. And that's what we love to do. We love to help persons at the end of the year to really see how they can take your business to the next level, because we firmly believe that in 3 months, you could do pay them 80% of all your profits for the year on Amazon. So again, my name is Barrington McIntosh. I live here in Jamaica and started on online 6, 7 years ago, just doing the online thing, trying to see if it could work from here. And the rest is kind of history. Took action on it, you know, went out, met these guys at CES in Orlando, and we have been doing great things ever since. And we always want to see, how can we help others? That's the question we ask. I ask Lance that question all the time. How can we help others? And then the lion comes in the back. You know, it's just amazing what you can do. And Chris Green, I remember he was here in Jamaica, and we were in the, we were taking the kids to the lazy river or something like that. So we were in there with the kids, and we're going around with the kids. And you know what Chris Green said to me? He said, do you know that a lot of people, they can do what we're doing, but the only thing they lack is the actual confidence to take action. He said, when we talk to people, all we're doing is giving them confidence. That's it. We're just telling them, yes, you can do it.
That's right.
And that's what we want to tell you guys, that yes, you can do it. And yes, Q4 could mean the difference in your whole business. And even if this is your first time, don't be scared, because you're going to be in groups with others that will help you to say, hey, don't make this decision. And this year we have something special for you. It's not even announced yet. There's going to be something so special. It's going to blow you guys out the water. This is going to be something that is going to be revolutionary. So look forward to that.
I don't even know what that is. I have no idea what he's talking about.
All right. See?
Cool. So guys, I want to put just the first section of the slideshow on. We don't have a whole lot of slides. We're mainly just hanging out and chatting. But we want to talk to you about how to crush it this Q4. And then these guys got some meat to get into. So let's get this presented here. All right.
Yeah, that picture's like 4 years old.
Is that 4 years old?
Looking a lot worse than that. Yeah.
I think
I'm going to keep that one forever.
So guys, tell me what do these folks need to be thinking about Q4? So right now we're September 21st. A lot of times the Q4 sales don't start getting really hot until the first, a couple weeks before Christmas is when it really, really explodes. What can they be doing now to prepare for that?
Excellent question, Ryan. And the first thing, if you've done this like last year and you thought, okay, I did okay, but you're not remembering anything that you sold, this is something that you can go do right now. This is kind of like a go home tip. This is something you can do right now. You can go back in your reports, business reports, log into your Amazon account and go into business reports. And when you run the business reports, do a filter, October 1st, 2015 to December 31st, 2015. You're going to do a filter and run that report. What it's going to do, it's going to give you all the items that you sold last year that did well for you. A lot of times it may have been something that you found somewhere and it may have been just that was left in inventory, but it may be a holiday item. Now is the time for you to start think, where did I get this product? How can I get more? Where do I need to go out and find these products? The data is right there in your Amazon back office if you did Q4 a couple of Q4s ago or even just last Q4. And what you do from there is you take these products and you start to go searching for them because you saw last year that they sold. And also what we do in this proven Q4, we're giving you last year's sales, which is an aggregate of all the things that Lance was selling. And these are all fast moving items. So when you jump onto, our proven Q4 plan, you're getting this information to go out and start looking right away. Hey, these are items that sold last year. So everybody should be thinking about if you're brand new, well, you got to jump into the water and figure it out now because you're going to have the assistance. But if you're not brand new, you've been in this couple of years, do that report, business report, and run the report for last year from October 1st to December 31st. And it will tell you all your top 10 or 15 items that we're selling for you. And then your mindset now should be go and finding those items and start getting into groups that you can, pool your ideas together. I'm telling you, just one tip could just mean an explosion for your Q4.
That's right. Tell me real quickly, that guy that was at CES Barrington that got up in the back of the room and said that one tip, he sold $100,000 of those tumblers.
Yeah, and it was so amazing. I saw George Thompson, and he was hanging out outside the room, and I was walking back in. There was a break of a session, and I was walking back in, and he said, Barrington, you have to stop. You have to hear what this guy has to say. And I'm like, So, you hear the guy say, well, last year I didn't get into Q4 sessions until like in December, first or second week in December. No, I'm just bracing for that. You think I could get a refund, or you think I could get in this year for a partial discount? Or I'm just bracing for that question. And then he's like, well, in the 3 weeks that I was in, I did $100,000 off one tip.
Oh my gosh.
And I've heard those stories over and over and over. This is not just a one-off thing. I've heard those stories over and over and over. And it's all about, can you imagine, guys, crowdsourcing? You go into a Walmart and you see a product, you buy the product, you send it into Amazon, it sells out. You find all the Walmarts in your area, same thing, rinse and repeat, buy, send in, it all sold out. What do you do with that information? Do you sit on that information and say, well, I'm all sold out at my Walmarts here. I'm not going to tell anybody else. No, you have a small group of 50 persons that you're going to share that information with and say, hey, go to your Walmart and get these. Find this one because this is doing well. If you get 50 tips or 49 tips like that, you will not have enough money to buy inventory. It is as simple as that.
Yep.
It is just that's the concept.
That's a great point, Barrington. I mean, there's nothing better than live information. When you're in a store and you have this mobile group and you have 49 other people, and let's say 10 people don't want to participate, you still got 40 people that are hungry and they still want to give information. And the reason we know it works is because it was proven with MM8. That's how we learned about this thing. We had this, and Barrington was the genius that he's like, hey guys, there's this thing called the WhatsApp. So we all downloaded it. And at first we were just kind of sharing ideas and stuff. And then it ended up that it was one of the most powerful tools that we've ever come across. And it was accidentally how we came across it. We were sourcing in stores. And I still remember Ken dropped a tip about some board games. And he said, hey guys, go to Kmart. And I was like, I was hitting all the Walmarts that day. Just because when you get on a run, you just keep hitting the same store because it's guaranteed. But then if you get a message that pops in and says, hey, guys, run to Kmart, get these board games.
Yep.
Over to Kmart real quick. All you got to do is park the car and jump in there real fast. So I remember he popped that tip, man. I went in there and I hit like 2 or 3 Kmarts that were around me. Carts and carts of these board games. And if it wasn't for that group, it would have never happened. And also I want to say, don't be worried if you're not doing wholesale right now, if you don't have this big operation, you don't have a big factory, because I've been doing this for 10 years. I don't really start going hot and heavy with Q4 because I do private label now, so my business is all year round. Q4 is just a bonus for me. So I don't really start hitting the stores till Black Friday. It's just such a mess out there. I usually wait till like the next day, or maybe I'll pop in on Black Friday. But Cyber Monday, I start hitting the deals, and there's deals and deals and deals and deals, and they just keep going on and going on. There's somebody that's like really worried about it. You can really get started around after Cyber Monday, and you can still make 40 to 50,000 easily. I made probably 50,000 last year, and I wasn't going as hard as I usually did because, man, we were running these groups, Barrington. It was crazy.
It's awesome. You guys
That's a sacrifice we made.
You guys put together some of the a couple slides that I want to go ahead and share because I don't want to keep people on here forever. Cool. And guys, if you have questions as well, please feel free to post them. We're going to take questions throughout this and also at the end.
Yeah, we're going to leave the last 25 minutes to really take your questions because that's the way that you can really make an informed decision. So that's what we want. So love to see the questions coming in. We're going to answer some along the way, but we're going to take the last 25 minutes and you guys really have your questions coming in. We want to answer your questions.
So Barrington, tell us about this. You just did a presentation at CES, and I know this was part of it. So.
Oh, this is all Lance right here. This is. I mean, Lance could tell you about.
Start it off, and I'll follow it up. You go ahead.
It's called the gingerbread Wilton gingerbread ugly sweater, the cookies, and he told me about this, and I was like, what's that, Lance? Because I had no idea these things sell. And I was in Florida, and I'm saying, Lance, keep talking about these things. Let me go ahead and buy some of these and send these in. I could not believe. I think these things go in reserve before they actually says receiving. They just boom, hit, and then it's receiving. I remember he used to call me, and we used to go on Skype, and he would have pages and pages, and he called them penders. He said, Barry, look at my penders. Pending, as soon as they hit.
This is how the relationship formed between you and I, because I kept sending you these screens. He probably thought I was crazy, Ryan, because I kept sending him these gingerbread cookies. I was like, dude, check this out, because he told me about grocery at the. I never did grocery till I met Barrington at the CES, the original.
I remember you saying that. Yep.
Yeah, so I came home and I started scanning grocery items, and this was at a Five Below that I found these.
That's awesome.
And I just went nuts. I bought like 100 at each Five Below, and it was funny because when you're at Five Below, this was like the front display by the register. So it'd be like really embarrassing because everybody's in line, and I'm this maniac just piling these things up and piling them up. So it was pretty crazy. And these are easy companies to turn the package around. I've contacted both of these suppliers.
Yep. I remember we met them at the food show, right? Or where was it that we
at the food show?
Yeah, the food show in Chicago.
That was Big Jimmy. Yeah, we met him at the food show, and this is they're very easy to work with. You can private label. You can do the keywords where you can try to attract the keywords and generate traffic and do a private label. So
yeah. Now, Lance, the ugly sweater cookie. Is that a Wilton brand or a different brand? That's
in the mix.
That's Castle, right?
Brand Castle, yeah.
Brand Castle, yeah. Some of the folks in the webinar are saying that Wilton might actually be restricted. But the ugly sweater,
I saw that they're restricted.
The ugly sweater cookies would not be their brand Castle brand. So guys, tell me, like, we're just talking about strategy with these. So Barrington, you've obviously been talking about the ugly sweater cookies, and so word might get out. So how do people, and this is a question that Audrey actually asked, how do people avoid the race to the bottom with something like this? What would be a strategy to still sell these ugly sweater cookie kits, but then maybe not just sell it on that exact listing?
I mean, we have the master on the line, but I'll just take a stab at it. You put something with it that's a complementary item, and you create a bundle, and nobody's able to follow you. You know what? Items will be selling so quickly during Q4 that a lot of persons will not even want to put in the work to put something else complementary with that and say, hey, I'm going to send this into Amazon. They won't even want to do it. And even if they see the listing and they know it's selling, it's just going to be like, it's just too much work for some people to just go ahead and bundle it.
Yep.
So that's one strategy that can easily kill the race to the bottom. And also,
go ahead.
One more thing. Let me just say this. A lot of persons will say, but Barrington, you just, you showed a product. You said, oh, go buy these alkaline stuff and then, scan the barcode and send them into Amazon. Everybody's going to do that because you just did this to the audience. Let me tell you something. I have spoken about the VTech drum sets every single year for the past 3 years, and nobody has ever been able.
Wait, I thought I had. Okay, let's see here.
I thought you had it.
I had a slide. I did have a slide for it. Yeah, I can share this. Yeah, just a second. I can fix that. Okay.
Well, you guys are bringing that up.
It's the VTech. Yeah, go ahead, Lance. Mm-hmm.
Some people are asking about Wilton. They're easy to contact. I think Amazon just wants three invoices, and they want some kind of letter of authorization. So these are opportunities for us when things are restricted. Big opportunities.
Right. Never look at this as, oh man, it's restricted now. That's how everybody else is looking at it. We are empowering you now to look at this as an opportunity that's golden. Because guess what? Nobody else wants to do the work. All we do is we turn the back of the package. It's so funny. I mean, me and Lance were sitting down and we're just like looking at the product online. This is how ideas flow. We're looking at the product online and he's like, what do you think we could contact these guys about gravy boats? I mean, just as simple as that. We looked at the gravy boats and they were like good rank, everything. He said, what do you think we contact these guys about gravy boats? We went, did some reverse engineering, wholesalers for gravy boat on Google. Boom, first thing came up. It took us right to their contact form. We sent the contact information and the guy sent Lance a spreadsheet. Hey, you want to buy from us? We can do blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, it could not be that easy. And a lot of persons are like, oh man, I'm never going to do it. This is too hard. All you have to do is just do what others won't even think about doing. You'll see how easily you separate yourself from everybody.
That's right.
Show him the manufacturer. Show, does your cursor show up on that screen?
Yeah.
Go up to where it says VTech.
Uh-huh.
Buy VTech. A little bit down.
Right there.
Down. Right there. That's typically where like the manufacturer is. So that's where me and Barrington, that's where we found it. It was like, I think it was Harold Import Company. So we got
HIC. Hey, let's do it. Let's do it live. Just bring it up.
Do it real quick.
Real quick.
On Amazon?
We're doing this live.
On Amazon?
Amazon, yeah. Guys, this is what we love to do. Live, real stuff. No, go on Amazon first and do a search for gravy boats. This is, we're showing you something that you can do reverse engineering or wholesale, and we're doing it live. We're not playing around. We're opening the curtains, showing you guys everything. This is how we work. Gravy boats.
Gravy boats.
All right, watch this. This is not magic.
Right there.
All right, go ahead. Click on HIC gravy boat. So now we're trying to identify who manufactures this product. So once this comes up, HIC Import Company. So all we do, we grab this information and we just go over to Google real quick. HIC Harold Import Company. So that's the manufacturer.
This is a great PL. If you want to do like a private label the easy way, maybe around Thanksgiving, these would sell real well.
Right. So bring up a Google window, and then just put in wholesale HIC or Harold Imports, whatever.
A hick like me.
Yeah, and just right, and then just do wholesale, Ryan. Like kind of do wholesale.
Wholesale? Okay.
Yeah.
You can find it on the website too. They have right on the website. There's usually a contact us, and then you just contact them, and easy with this one.
There you go, HIC. We just clicked on it and look for the contact us. There you go.
There it is. They'll have like 20 emails tonight.
Yeah, and there we go. We sent out, and that was it. That's all we did, and we sent, and the guy sent back
right there,
a spreadsheet. And the funny thing, the gravy boat that I remember Lance was saying, do you
become a reseller? There it is.
He said, look at that. Look how easily, guys, the persons that are on this webinar are learning something that is this is what we use every single week. This is what we do every week. This is how we find resellers. This is how we find people to work with. And we send the information in. They send us a wholesale list. And I think how much were the gravy boats, Land? About $6 or something? And we couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe it was that easy. We couldn't believe it was that easy. So you'll have more opportunities. So never worry about, Amazon is really making their platform more secure for buyers. Remember, they start with their buyers, and that's good for us because you don't want the other guy coming to sell a knockoff, and then people are going to be saying, hey, you sent a knockoff if you had commingled inventory or something like that. And they say, you sent, and then your account gets suspended. All Amazon is doing is saying, guys, show us where you buy your products, that you are authentically buying it from the right source. As long as you can prove that to them, you're good to go.
I can tell you one thing. If you're thinking Amazon is not going to change every 6 months, you might as well do another business. Because Amazon, I've been doing this for 10 years, and I could have quit probably twice a year for 10 years. I could have quit 20 times doing this business.
Yep.
It's one of those things that with Amazon, it never stops. They change all the time. But I've learned that every time that they've changed, it benefited me somehow.
Yep, because other people are going to drop off, and you just like, wow, everybody left the gravy for me. They left all the gravy in the gravy bowl. Seriously? We never stop. You know what? You have to have a positive attitude because you know what? Let's say you said that, and somebody else said, yeah, you're right, let's not do it. And then the third person said, hey, you're right, let's not do it. Then you have three persons that are not going to do it. Guess what? All we need is that's just more space for those who are really hungry for it. That is more space.
I can tell you, really hungry. If you guys have ever played a video game growing up, I never really got into them, but I used to play Zelda when I was younger and stuff like that. And there's these little secrets that you didn't realize were there, There's these little things, and you listen to other people, oh, you can't beat this level, don't worry about it. But in Mario Brothers, remember you fly above and it takes you to the warp, you go to level 5. And then they had a movie, remember the Whiz Kid, the guy goes up there and he finds this loophole or whatever. Amazon's the same way. There's so many things that would blow your minds that I've discovered over the years that probably 99% of the people don't know.
Hey, Lance,
that I've discovered about Amazon.
Just tell them about how you bundle a marshmallow, a holiday item.
Yeah, man, you just read my mind. I wanted to go back to the question because you answered it, and then I was going to answer it too. Which product was it? I can't remember which one they had. The gingerbread cookies.
Right. Mm-hmm. So it's restricted now. So how do you go around that?
So what I did, I don't know how Amazon treats this, so I'm not going to tell everybody do this. But when you bundle items, you can add a complimentary item, and then you have your own listing. So what I did last year, this was an unrestricted item. It was Swiss Miss hot chocolate K-Cups. So the reason I found this product, up the top 100 grocery items. And I thought to myself, okay, the top 100, these are heavy traffic items. They're
Ryan, you can probably pull that
one. So I could probably bundle with these items. So I found Swiss Miss. It was ranked like number 60 in grocery. So I just bundled it with some marshmallows. And I did some giveaways, drove some traffic to that product, and it ended up, I was selling the heck out of them. Yeah, bring that
Something
up.
That's like the
one. But just like that. So I made it still might be out there. I made a listing, and I just taped some marshmallows to it.
That's awesome.
They sold like crazy. And people are happy. They're like specialty marshmallows. They had a UPC. They're a normal product.
And guys, I'm trying to zoom in. Some of you are saying it's blurry. I have it going on. I have this webinar going on my phone, and it looks fine. So it could just be. I mean, we're dealing with YouTube and Google Hangouts, so we're kind of dependent on them. So you can always reconnect at the bottom of the screen, or I'll do my best to zoom in and try to make it so it's not as blurry for you. But I'll also put anything that they say in the chat room. Yes, sir.
Oops.
Yep.
As Christmas approaches, this will be like under 100 in grocery and gourmet. So this is, I want to have everybody here do the same thing. You guys use your imagination. Don't like do this just because I'm telling you. But yeah, be creative. Go look for something in the top 100 and come up with a complementary item that makes sense that you could bundle. Because you know that the traffic's there. You know that everybody's searching for Swiss Miss. They're searching for hot chocolate, for gingerbread cookies. So find something that people are always searching for every year.
Yeah, guys, we have a couple questions.
And take a screenshot.
Yeah, take a screenshot of that. Absolutely. Sure. Cynthia, you will definitely, everybody that's on here will get a replay automatically emailed to you. So quick question, since we're talking about bundling, guys. Lynn asked if the manufacturer, when we're talking about the gravy boats, if the manufacturer is listing the product, are you saying that you're private labeling it, or are you using it to make a bundle?
You can do whatever you want. You can bundle it, you can private label it, or you can sell their brand. If you go to the listing and you see there's like 1 million people on the product and you're not getting a good price, then you would probably want to bundle it and to buyers and ask a higher price. Or you could private label it if you think it makes sense using Ryan's techniques. If you're looking for something quick, obviously.
Yeah, those gravy boats would be easy for the easy way method that I teach. Because it's generic, very generic,
There's some marshmallows in there.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what? Private labeling is more of a long-term strategy, because what we do is Q4 is where you get that quick influx of cash. So we don't. That's the thing. We don't only just teach you Q4 and then we're like, okay, we're gonna drop you. That's it. No, we teach you Q4 and what to do afterwards, so that you can have continuity in your business, not just, oh, we get all of this cash coming in Q4, then what's next? But Lance's answer was specific to that question, where somebody said, if a ton of people try to race to the bottom, what do we do? So this is a strategy that we use in order that if there's 1,000 people on the listing and we know it's selling, we just bundle something that's complementary. We know how a unique listing with the same product plus something else, and then you start getting buys off of that, and everybody else is just on this, product race. You know what? When you have already figured out that the product is selling, why get off of it because there's 1,000 people? Get creative. We're not getting off. We're getting creative. That's what we do.
Barrington Brant put in there gravy boat plus ladle plus packet of gravy mix. Boom.
I saw that.
Boom. There you go.
And I can tell you, in my opinion, these Q4 classes are so valuable that just the webinar, not the webinar, just the WhatsApp itself, I think is worth thousands of dollars. And we could, if we were, guys that didn't want to do anything, we would just say, hey, here's the WhatsApp, go to work. But we want to actually teach you how to succeed after Christmas, not just Christmas. And we have 3 webinars lined up, and there's also going to be some bonuses. So
we're going to have some bonuses really for you. And not only that, guys, what we're doing as well is, last year, it wasn't last year, it was the year before last, we were doing shoes. And so, we were talking about shoes and all of that. And I don't know who it was. Someone came into the WhatsApp and listened to this tip. Listen carefully to this tip on shoes. He said, what do you do if you go into a store and there's no box on the product so you can't scan the shoe? What do you do? It's a great, it's like a 9 West. You find it for cheap and it's in excellent condition, but there's no box so you can't scan anything. The guy's like, oh yeah, I just look under the tongue and there's a barcode there.
Jerry Gunning. That was Jerry Gunning.
That's Jerry Gunning. That's priceless. That is priceless. You flip the tongue of the sneaker and you will see. Let me see if I can get one to show you guys. But trust me, who would think about that? Who would think about that? Nobody would think about that, but somebody actually did it. And also, there is something that Lance taught me. He said, when you go into like Marshalls and you see products that don't scan, this is not like a product we're giving you, this is a tip. When you see products that don't scan, type it in. If you feel like this is going to be good, type it in. So I'm like, yeah, right. He said, okay, go and find these shower curtains. Go find these shower curtains. They don't scan. They don't scan, but they're worth millions of dollars. So I'm like, okay, I go in there. They don't scan. But when you type them in, you're like, geez, $7.99 going for $49.99, and nobody else is doing that because they weren't in the WhatsApp group, so they didn't know.
That's right.
All you have to do is type it in, look at the rank, and you're going to buy everything in the store. Why? Because this product won't scan, so the normal Amazon seller will pick it up or put it back down because it doesn't scan. But you come in and knowing that, hey, all you have to do is just type it into your app, and boom, it's right there, and you can sell over and over, and nobody knows that. It's like people walking by the gravy. Yeah, go ahead, man.
No, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. In your opinion, how many deals do you think were shared a day in each group? There must have been. I mean, I would check the messages. At the end of the day, it was like 500 in each group.
It's ridiculous. I mean, some groups were over 1,000 messages, and that's what I'm saying. You now have to be focused because there are going to be so many things flying through. What we were trying to do last year was trying to compile a list of, let's say, Walmart, all the deals for Walmart. We're trying to compile some of that, but it was just so overwhelming because everybody had their different group. And what happens is we don't share your information outside of your 50. Your 50 is your 50. That's just like your little mastermind group. That's your little team for the holidays. And, you know, a lot of persons would say, but this is going to be saturated. Not even Amazon can stay in stock during Q4. Can never get saturated. Because
nobody can stay in stock.
Think about that.
It's impossible. I mean, now that I'm on that end of ordering product and trying to prepare, like you just can't do it. It's impossible to perfectly time the market, and you know that's why these demands are created. It's just impossible.
And that's why there's a bunch
of
the beautiful
sales
thing
after
Christmas.
Oh yeah, and you know
what?
That's what Lance told me. And the beautiful thing about this is, you just need a timing. So, like for a 10-day period. Like December 10th to December 17th or 18th. This is when all the people who were supposed to make purchases didn't make their purchases, and now they have to buy it because the time is, you know, boiling down, and they can't afford not having their product for the holidays. So everybody comes online and buying. And at this time, we talk strategies like, do you still ship all your products into Amazon? Or do you merchant fulfill? Or, you know, we talk strategy at this time because now is the time when even if you send a big shipment into Amazon, it may just be received and then they start to move it and then you're not making any sales. And if this is a product that's depending on the holidays, you don't want to have it in stock after December 25th. You want that to be gone. Right. So, you know, you take some merchant fulfill sales. Yeah.
You know what's really awesome? If it's like December, I send stuff in like on the 17th. I'm still sending stuff in. Because when it gets there, Amazon does this wonderful thing called back order. And people are still ordering, even if it's on back order. Before it even hits the Amazon warehouse, everything's sold. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
So don't be
Amazon
afraid
is actually collecting the money. Stuff. Yeah, they're collecting the money before it hits. So as soon as it hit, it's just being shipped out. You see all these messages. Amazon has shipped the item you sold. Amazon has shipped the item you sold. Man, it never gets boring. Never.
That's awesome. You guys wanted to chat about this, the VTech kids set.
Oh man, I have to take one more sip for this VTech.
He loves this. I still remember the first time Barrington called me. He's like, Lance, go to Kmart. So I started running around. I didn't believe it. I was like, I just taught this guy about toys. And I was kind of skeptical. But sure enough, he was right on, man. He was nailing it. They were everywhere for like $40 or $50, I think.
And, you know, all right, this particular product, I talk about it every year. You know, as soon as it gets close to like after Black Friday and going down in the, you know, busy time, Cyber Monday, right in the early first week of December, this product starts to sell. Amazon it's usually like under 100 rank. Amazon is on it for like $19.99, but as soon as they run out, the price is like $49.99.
For every year.
Every year. And the demand is just crazy. People are just buying. You know, it's, you know, I think about this as you print the money. You go in the store, you pick up the product, You list the product in the store, and it's selling right before your eyes. As soon as you list, sold. There is no more amazing feeling. Now, I'm going to tell you guys about. Lance told me about this board game. What's the name of this board game? He said, go to Kmart and pick up. What's the name of the board game, Lance? Can you remember this board game that you told me about? You said for $10 or $9, it was going for like $39.
The funny thing about board games, they're always so good. There's so many different board games. That's why I can't think of one in particular. I know, like, Monopoly is always good. Clue. Right.
I think it was something. It was Monopoly. It was something else because I remember Monopoly. But I remember going into and the lady said, "Oh, we only have 2 on the shelf, but I have like 5 more back here." And I'm like, "Okay, can I get 5?" And I used the app and listed right in the store. And you're walking around the store trying to find other things, and you just see the notifications coming. Sold, ship now. Sold, ship now. That's what we're doing merchant fulfill, because it wouldn't have enough time to send it to Amazon. But we're just saying the products, the deals are so like crazy during Q4. You have to take advantage of it.
I want to add that John Sr., he's going to talk about this probably. I think we're going to talk to him on the 29th. But they're doing merchant fulfilled orders now around Christmas time.
That's cool.
So you can probably, I think you send, I don't want to misquote him, but I think you send the products to his team and they'll drop ship your merchant fulfilled orders. It's pretty cool.
Hey guys, cool. look at the chat box. Look at what Philip is saying. Ryan, can you read what Philip just said?
Yeah, he said that was in one of these groups. It did well. Remember those Yeti cups last Christmas?
100K.
Yeah.
100K in how many did just on Yeti?
No, it was like 2 weeks. 2 weeks on Yeti
grand.
That's awesome. All right, you guys have put together a couple other slides. We have some questions too, but I want to get to these as well here.
While you're doing that, Ryan, do they have the daily payout for everybody now? I heard a rumor that everybody has daily payout now.
I
saw somebody in one of my Facebook groups say that
we can poll these guys. Let's poll them. Let's ask people in here.
Yeah.
Are you guys on daily payout? Give us a yes or a no quickly. Are you guys on daily payout?
Because there's a couple questions that I can't answer them correctly unless I know if everybody has this. Because somebody was asking, can I make 50 grand in 30 days? And yes, you can if you have daily payouts. Because I've done it. I've started from scratch before and I've done it.
Okay, we got a lot of no's.
No. Okay. Well, okay. So maybe if Amazon's smart, they would.
Well, Lance, I think I can clarify this. I remember somebody in a Facebook group said that they got invited to do daily payouts, but it was going to cost like a little percentage to do it. And so in that instance, it might make sense to take advantage of it to be able to churn your money faster.
Well, credit cards, guys.
Yeah, credit cards.
Well, you know what? I mean, we have older accounts, so we have the daily payouts, and I mean, it's a beautiful thing. You don't need that big old investment. You could say, okay, I'm starting with $5,000. I'm sending $5,000 worth of inventory, and I'm just rolling this $5,000 because you're getting daily payouts. So that means you sell $10,000 in a day, you cash out tomorrow, and you just keep cashing out. I mean, I think we do a payout every single day come December. It's just
nice. Shannon just said that it's coming soon to all sellers.
Yep. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. Oh, that would be nice.
That's going to really benefit Amazon even more than collecting interest. I think this is really going to benefit them bigly.
But you see, Amazon has monetized it, Lance. They went ahead and monetized. They're like, you give us a little bit of gray, we give you a daily pay.
Yeah. Bigly.
That's awesome.
Tremendous.
Cool. So, Lance, you were trying to get to that question about 40 to 50 grand. Is there anything else you need to say about that?
No, that's it. I just wanted to catch that because these questions are going really fast. So go ahead, let's talk about this stuff.
Guys, talk about this. Anything you want to say about these Q4 ideas?
Yeah, sure. So the one on the bottom left, and I don't even know if these are going to be hot this year, but the one on the bottom left, one of the first years that we did the Q4 sessions. Do you remember this one, Barrington? The So Right?
I remember that.
So
yeah.
cool.
So cool. Oh my gosh, these things were nuts. And this was actually the first year we did the Q4 sessions. It was on a smaller scale before they really blew up. And this was the hottest product. People were walking into Walmart and just buying the whole display, the cardboard and everything. They were taking everything. And I think they were like $30 selling for $65, $70. And literally, you could list them, go to the bathroom, you come back, like all 20 of them are sold.
Done.
So items like this happen every year.
And you know what? Every year there's a new winner. Like last year was Pie Face. Every year there's a new winner. Somebody's going to come out with a product that's just going to go nuts, and nobody can find it, and it's hard to find. But as soon as you send it in, it's being sold. And I remember Pie Face. The first time I checked the listing, there were 367 sellers. Didn't even matter. 367 sellers on the listing. And it was just, as soon as you sent in, it was pending, done, pending.
It's crazy, awesome, man. And these deals, you have to have the mobile groups. I mean, without these mobile groups, you might get lucky, you might find this stuff, but you don't have to depend on luck with the mobile groups, because when you have 50 people in a group, chances are, 10 to 15 of these people are going to find some hot products.
Right.
And you know what? They can also find some hot regional products. I mean, hot regional products. Like, you know what? They're Five Below. Their stores like Five Below. A store like, something out in, Seattle or something where it's regional. And then you could be like, oh, man, this is really, really good. I can run and get this product and nobody else can get it. But it's just timing. It's 3 months of timing that can really pay off if you do your homework, if you meet with your group, and just you contribute. Sometimes people are like, Barrington, I'm brand new. I don't know what to tell people. I can't find a product and tell people. Maybe you can tell them an idea. Hey, this is how you fold the boxes down to make sure that Amazon received them right. Some people would be surprised. Others would be like, wow, that's like amazing. I've been doing this for 10 years. I didn't know that,
Remember, I wasn't. Remember the Coffee Fest? I wasn't confirming my shipments.
Oh my gosh!
Like, you're crazy. This was in the merchant fulfilled days. I wasn't confirming I was confirming the shipments, but I wasn't putting tracking numbers or something.
Tracking number in there.
I was like, what the heck am I doing?
Oh my gosh, I
was selling for like 6 or 7 years at that point. Yep. So never think that it all. There's always
and Lance was saying, oh, I always saw that question, and I wonder what that question mark was for. Yeah, because you have to put the tracking number in there. But it's so amazing that something that you take for granted, and you're like, oh, that's simple. It could. I mean, I looked at bundling, where you say you put a 6-pack together, and then I think there's somebody in the WhatsApp group that said, hey, if you put a 6-pack together, as opposed to Amazon charging you 99 cents on each one for the per shipment, the fees. They only charge $1.99 when you put 6 together. You just save $5. Can you imagine? You just save $5 because of a simple tip of bundling 3 or bundling 6, and now instead of paying 99 cents on each individual item, because you put a bundle of 6, you're only paying $1.99. So you just save like almost $5.
That's a huge tip. You know how many tips I learned from? The reason that I tell people to do this, that I'm really so happy to tell people about this mobile group, is because I use it myself. That's one of the biggest advantages. We have access to like 20 groups, and they've made me so much money, and I'm the guy that, we're the guys that are putting the product out there. And I mean, it's just amazing. It helped me so much last year.
So real quick, let's go back to somebody's asking, Adele's asking about how much money do you need? I know obviously it's different for every person, whatever you can invest, but what would you guys say, how to invest in Q4? Because like Barrington, on this slide here, you have leverage credit responsibly. So that's probably the answer.
Leverage credit responsibly. And I think it all depends on, your cash flow. If you have access to 20 grand, okay, I would say Q4 is the time that you want to take the risk and spend that 20 grand. You know what I'm saying? Make 50% on it. If you only have $1,000, don't be like, oh, well, I don't have 20 grand, so I can't put $1,000 in. You could put $1,000 in, and you can make back 3 or 4 grand on that 1,000. So it all depends on your situation, and if you can actually say, hey, I have this amount of cash to put up.
I'll go out there and I'll tell you guys to leverage it irresponsibly, if that's a word. I'm telling you, man, like, if I got access to credit, I'm maxing it out. I'm gonna put the pedal down. I've leveraged credit like that before, where I've had like a $20,000 card, and I maxed the hell out of it.
Oh my gosh!
Because you know why he's saying that, guys? Not to be, this is not something. This is serious business, but he knows the returns are coming. This is proven. He's not playing around anymore. He knows the returns are coming. So if he finds a product, or if he already knows the trends, so he's gonna fill the cargo van. That's what he's gonna do. He'll come back and say, hey, I just filled the cargo van. The funny thing is, if somebody can give me the sound that I hear when I call Lance during Q4. It has something to do with, you know, what you use when you're shipping out stuff. If somebody can give me the sound that I hear when I call Lance on Skype, I'll do a half an hour coaching call with you. I mean, I want to, it's a particular product. And every time I call Lance, and it has something to do with packing, I hear that sound, I hear that sound, I hear that sound. If anybody can tell me that the answer to that, I'll do a half an hour coaching with you on your business and just tell you, help you with your business.
Yep. That's awesome, guys.
Not the ka-ching sound. Yeah, not the woohoo sound. It's something to do with a physical product, and you use it when you're doing packing.
Wow, cool. So we've talked a lot about. I want to leave some time at the end for questions, but I know there's some people that probably need to jump off. So I want to tell them we've been talking about this proven Q4 plan. You guys are talking about these groups, guys. What the heck is the proven Q4 plan?
Go ahead, Bear.
Real quickly, guys, the proven Q4 plan is really a series of webinars, as well as we also have the Facebook group and the WhatsApp groups. The Facebook groups are used for general information, like webinar times, you know, any policies from Amazon, anything that changes during Q4. It's used to disseminate information to everybody, general information. But the WhatsApp groups are groups of 50 persons in a WhatsApp. And what happens is you share your deals with your groups only. You don't go and share it on the Facebook group. That's just for general information, not for you to go share, oh, I found this product in Walmart. No, you share that on the WhatsApp groups. And this is what we really use to multiply, to maximize our businesses during Q4. Because can you imagine you walk into a store and you're not sure about whether or not you should purchase this product, and you type a message in your group, hey guys, I'm seeing all of these products on the shelf. What should I do? Somebody's going to come back to you. It doesn't even, these groups go 24/7. Somebody's going to come back to you and say, hey, what color? Don't buy the blue, buy the red. This is priceless, on-demand decision-making that will help to skyrocket your business. So that's what these proven Q4 plans are all about.
Yep. So it's just a group of people you share deals with, and you get them on your phone. They pop up all the time. And so instead of going into Walmart and scanning 1,000 items, you go into Walmart knowing exactly what items are good, and you're looking for those items. So it's a huge time saver. And then
laser sharp.
Yep, exactly. It just allows you to leverage your time a whole lot better, guys. It makes a huge difference if you're doing retail arbitrage. And there's also online arbitrage deals that people post in there. From time to time. So guys, I wanted to tell you, I know it's still open, but I wanted to offer you the option. If you use my link, which I'll post here in just a second, you're going to get access to Jenny Hunt's Hot Toy Trends. This is a PDF. I think it's 25 or 30 pages. I think it's that many of hot toy trends for 2016 that you'll want to get your hands on. And then my book, Private Label the Easy Way. I know you might not think that you could get a private label product done by Q4, but you still can. But even if private label is something that you want to do next year, that's totally fine too. I want to offer you that book for free as well. And here is, you can secure your spot today, guys, for only $297, or the 3 pay for $108.90. It's once a month for 3 months. And to get the bonuses, email the receipt to ryan@ryanrieger.com, and I will get you my bonuses. And let me post the offer here for you guys to jump on that. Lance, it starts it's October 21st, right? Is when the groups actually open up.
Yes. We're gonna have you settled in before that. People are gonna start talking before that, but we officially start October 21st. So remember that, guys. We're gonna open
the reason we're starting at that date is sorry about that, Barrington. Just because it was proven from last year that just having this session last year showed us that that's probably the best date to start it. Just from our information gathered last year. That's when people are the most motivated. You're going to get a lot of energy in the groups. On October 1st, some people might not be thinking about Q4 yet. So it's important to start at the right time.
Awesome. Cool. So guys, let's jump into the questions. So we got a bunch of them here.
Ryan, 1 second.
Yes.
I think this is a very important question, and I want to answer it. I want to pull this to the front. Because this is a very important question. The guy is asking, how do you plan to roll out proven Q4, knowing the fact that there's a lot of restriction going on right now? Great question. This is where you get information on what's going on. A lot of persons may know, but they'll be like, oh, well, I'm not sharing that because, So anything that we know during Q4, we're going to post this for general consumption in the Facebook group. So that's where you get real-time information. That's what I'm talking about. So if we know, like, there's a restriction here, but there's, like, a lot of times there may be a restriction on one product, but another product in the same line is not restricted. We do the research. So we're going to be gathering that information. And because everybody's out there doing it, we're gathering that information really quickly so we can give you up-to-date, like, you know, saying, hey, this is not restricted, even though it's along the same manufacturer. It's not restricted. You can go here. So, I mean, do you think Amazon is going to close their platform with restrictions? No, they're not going to. And if you saw that email that Jim sent out where he's contacted Amazon's executive, they're saying retail arm is still fine. We just want to ensure that people are authentic. And that is fine. A lot of persons will cower away like, oh, man, I'm not going to do this, too many restrictions. But Amazon is making sure their platform is secure for their buyers. And we can't, I mean, that's really good for us who are sellers, who are really motivated to make things happen. So don't look at restrictions as a bad thing. Restrictions will lock out the bad guy. We may get caught in the web sometimes, but look at that as something good for us because a lot of opportunities come because of that.
I don't know if you added this too, Barrington, but with the WhatsApp groups, it's not just about deal sharing. It actually becomes a mastermind where people are sharing like their business strategies, which is really big in my opinion.
Yep. That's so true. So cool, guys, you can jump on that. And the webinars are a big deal of it too. I mean, I learned so much just by being in those. And I think Lance, you're going to have me on one of those talking about private label, right?
Mm-hmm. And MM8. We're going to get MM8 on one. We're going to try to get them on.
Lance, real quick, Lionel wants to know when the webinars start. Is that also the 21st or?
Yes, that's the first webinar.
21st. Okay,
right, cool.
Yeah, that's the first webinar.
I'm going to try to fly through these as much as possible. Barrington, you did that one. Liz wants to know why was I using a Chrome extension to show rank, etc. in the screenshot of the drum set. Yeah, that was Rev Seller, REV Seller. I absolutely love that extension, Liz. Lynn wants to know about if you haven't sold in toys, I understand you won't be able to sell them during Q4. Now that's if you're merchant fulfilling them. You'll get an email from Amazon very soon whether you're able to merchant fulfill toys, but anybody, no matter when you started, can do FBA, correct, guys?
FBA, yep. FBA, you're okay if you're doing FBA because you're sending to Amazon, but the restriction is on merchant fulfill because they're trying to see that, hey, you have good metrics before you're going to just list on our platform and just be sending to our customers. We don't know if you're trying to scam a couple $1,000s during this time and then just send the customers whack. We want to know that you have a track record. But if you're sending to FBA, that's fine because now Amazon is storing it. They have the product. But if you're doing merchant fulfill and you're just started, maybe they're going to say, hey, restricting you until you can prove yourself, your performance metrics are good, and then they'll take you that time.
Yep. Lynn, you also asked about the drum set being in home and kitchen category. Yeah, people can put the categories whatever they want. Amazon would prefer it being toys. But that's just, I mean, you can literally do a clothing item and put it in home and kitchen if you wanted to. Somebody might catch it and then Amazon would put it in the correct category. But sometimes that happens. Chad, yes, if you want to, even if you didn't sign up through my link, I'll get you the bonuses. Just email me. I'd be happy to get that in your hands.
Man, see that? Guys, so you see, it's not all about, hey, you got to buy. Look at that. Ryan just gave the bonuses to someone because they're a part of the Proven Q4. You know, we genuinely want to see you succeed. And you know what? You know what warms my heart? I went to CES last week. I can't tell you how many persons came up to me and said, thank you. And I'm like, what did I do? They're like, oh, because of the Q4 session with you and Lance, I mean, my business had exploded. I never sold shoes before. When David Channel came on, I'm selling a ton of shoes this year. So it's not just something that's going to affect your Q4. It's long-term. You're talking about private label the easy way. You're talking about finding something that is a category that you can continue to sell over and over and over. It's not just Q4. This affects your business long-term.
Yep. Absolutely does. Jenny wants to know if things are in the wrong category, does that hurt the selling?
Lance?
Yeah, it does. If you're selling a grocery item and you list it in toys or something like that, it's gonna people are gonna go to the wrong area to purchase your item. Ryan, can you bring up the just like Amazon, like let's say we're a customer?
Yeah, sure.
Just to show people, and the best thing to do if you're ever worried about the way people shop, go shop on here. Look at the way it works. Look at See how they have it listed up at the top? They have different, if you're looking for a train, you're going to go to hobbies, models, and train. If you're looking for preschool toys, they have it all in categories. So it's important to try to list your products in the proper category.
But you know what, Lance, also I might say that it may not matter in some cases, because if people are searching by, maybe you just go to Kitty Beat drum set.
Keyword. Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
If they're going straight to keywords, then I don't think it matters so much.
It is good that way too. But just so you're really, just in case because some people do use those tabs. They might be old fashioned and they're like, oh, I'm looking for a toy, so I got to go to toys, and they might not search. But I would say 95% of the people probably use this search bar, I would think. But just so you're capturing everybody, just do everything you can to optimize your listing.
Yep. So Jenny asked, would you create a new listing or ask Amazon to change it? I'd probably just ask Amazon to change it. But if you're doing a bundle listing, then obviously you would do it, create a new one.
That's the problem too. Amazon will change your listing. Like if you put it in another listing, they'll try to change it into the proper listing. They've done that to me.
Cool.
Yeah. And somebody was just asking Ryan regarding the bonuses. Yeah, even if you bought through another link, just send an email to ryan@ryanrieger.com, and you'll still get the bonuses. You'll still get them.
Don't worry about that.
That's not a big deal, guys. I'm happy to get that to you. So going back to some older questions, Roanna wants to know what method you use to get traffic to your new bundled listing. I did put in the chat that I used Amazon sponsored ads, but I know, Lance, also you did a bundle at Easter time and you did some giveaways.
Yeah, giveaways, yeah.
So
and also there's the association method.
Association? Oh, yeah.
That's something that was crafted by Sarah. And it's in the group. It's in the Facebook group. That's a video that we have in the Facebook group. So, we show you ways to drive traffic, ways that you pay, ways that are for free, but it drives traffic. And as soon as it takes off organically, you don't have to worry about anything. As Lance would say, you just lay on your back and watch the gravy roll in.
Look for Facebook groups, look for YouTube groups where people are interested in your product, and ask the gatekeeper if you could provide or add a coupon code. It's going to add value to whatever platform that they're watching over. So,
yep. Going back to one of the earlier questions, Cynthia wants to know, how do you prove to Amazon that your product is legit if they buy at a retail store, but Amazon doesn't accept store receipts?
Well, that's really for approval. Because if you're already approved and you buy at a retail store, you can send it in. So that's really a question of whether or not I can use this for approval. So what you'd need to do is you'd sign up with, I mean, last year, let's talk about it. Last year, we had like a ton of people sign up for Entertainment Earth and got Star Wars approval. We walked them through how to get Star Wars approval. I mean, the Entertainment Earth called Lance and they say, hey, we're getting too many people. You got to take off this video. You have to take the video off. So Entertainment Earth is an actual wholesaler for toys. And, Amazon was restricting a certain category. Let's look right back at that. Amazon was restricting Star Wars because they wanted to know that you're buying from an authentic source. So we created a video on how to get approved for Star Wars. And we used Entertainment Earth as the vendor. And they had so many requests, they had to tell Lance to take the video off. So, I mean, restrictions are going to be there.
Yep.
We've worked through the restrictions before. We know we can work through more restrictions. Amazon is just making their platform secure. And I don't see a problem with that.
They want to know, Brent wants to know, what do you think about Amazon's new giveaway program? Brent, honestly, I have not used it. I use a program like Review Kick or Amazon Tracker. Have you guys used Amazon's giveaway program?
No, I haven't done it. It looks interesting.
Looks interesting. We're going to try it, and then we'll tell you guys. We're going to try it because Q4
Jenny,
is when you could test it.
I think Star Wars is still blocked, right, guys?
Yeah.
Star Wars 7.
It's still restricted.
Still restricted. Okay.
So
Nikita wants to know.
You can contact the vendor.
Yes.
Yeah. Get some more people in.
Nikita wants to know, for those who haven't sold in Q4 previously, what would you suggest would be the best way to go about finding hot items to purchase now before the Q4 groups begin in October?
I would look for like Halloween stuff now. I wouldn't really worry about Q4 yet. Right now. I would just concentrate on the season right now, and as soon as Black Friday hits, man, all the deals are going to be out there. But if you want to look at some wholesale sites where you can get the stuff quickly, go ahead. Go for it.
Cool. just trying to get these last three in here real quick. Kathy wants to know, for getting approved in restricted brands with invoices, what kind of numbers should they be ordering to satisfy Amazon? Like what quantity?
5 of each. That's what we did.
5 of each.
Yeah, that's what we did. I remember I spent like $500, I think, for Star Wars.
I spent 200. I spent 292 for Star Wars approval because Sarah is going to crunch the numbers and say, "Hey, why am I going to buy that expensive one? Buy these."
I was jealous. I was like, "Man, you got it for $200 less."
Brian's asking if he's new to selling on Amazon. How do I contribute value to the Q4 group? You can totally create value, Brian, just by if you just go around and start scanning stuff and you find a deal that you can't take all on your own or you don't have a problem sharing, just post it and you're creating value right there.
There was a product that one of the newbies found and it made me like 10 grand last year. So
that's a great tip. And also, guys, if you want to add value to your group, simple things. All right, let's say all of us are trying to get approved for Star Wars. Lance spent $500, but I spent only $250. I can teach the rest of the groups, hey, this is what I did to do. So you just save them their entire $297 for the program. You made your money back. Everything else is gravy. Because now you show them how not to spend $500, but spend $250. So you added $250 to their bottom line. That's an added value. And you helped 50 people, or even if it's just general information, you help over 1,000 people. So guys, you can add value without even posting a product.
Yep. That's so true. And it's not too late for Halloween, especially if you're doing candy.
Somebody's early.
Man, questions are flying in, guys. We're not going to be able to get to all of them. If you have questions, feel free to email me at ryan@ryanrieger.com. I'd be happy to answer as many as I can, even afterwards. Francesca wants to know, how do you find the top 100 in different categories? Isn't that just Amazon's bestseller list? Just Google Amazon bestseller.
Scroll down real quick.
Just you can just do it real quick, Ryan. You know, this is going to be a very valuable video. Very valuable video. Just scroll down right now, live on screen.
Scroll down and go to right there. Whoops, go to your ranking. I'm sorry. Just go to where you have the rank.
Okay.
And there's also ways, I believe, to get the top 500 if you have FBA Toolkit, I believe. I thought John figured out a way to crack that.
All right, taking me forever here. I thought I had it. Okay, right there.
All right. And just go to Toys and Games.
Top 100. Boom. Done.
Yeah.
Easy.
There you go.
So you could do that.
That's where I found. That's where I found that Nestle or whatever it was, the Swiss Miss K-Cups. I just started looking at the top 100. Right around, it's probably like mid-November. I'm like, let me check out the top 100, see what's hot right now.
Yep.
And let's just do a bundle.
Hey, look at that RTIC, man. Everybody's getting in on this.
That looks like a Yeti.
Oh man, this is gonna be huge. This is gonna be bigly.
That might be the new Yeti, guys.
Live on screen, we just showed you the new hot.
So
product.
one thing, guys, I would do is I might not try to compete with this brand or this listing, or even beyond that listing. If you can, I might try to bundle that with something else. So what goes with the tumbler? And think that way.
A lid.
Yep.
You have to find a lid to fit that. Maybe buy one, find a lid that fits.
This guy's number 2. This guy's number 2? Jeez. It's not even Yeti. Wow.
Don't be afraid, guys, too. Like, if you find a hot product, buy one. Check it out. Like, see, really check it out. See if you can buy one similar.
No, Audrey, hold on. Audrey just said, no, that is not true. What was she referring to?
She can post on there again.
You can post on there.
Yeah, Audrey asked, what were you referring to?
What were you referring to? Coffee? Coffee is always true.
She said it in caps, so she really challenged you there.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. She's not true. I'm wondering.
And just so you know, guys, there's a okay. There we go.
Oh, seriously. Amazon says I got permission, so that probably, even though I sold it, it's kind of restricted. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm talking about something that you're actually selling, not something. I mean, if you have a restriction, obviously, you have to either prove that you're buying from a manufacturer or something. But a product that you've sold before, you wouldn't need to go out and get invoices if you're still approved to sell it. Then, if you're still approved to sell it, so you want to ensure that. But usually, you know what the funny thing is, when you go to list right from your app, it's going to tell you restricted. So right away, I can't sell this one. And don't worry if one product is restricted. There are millions of products, literally millions of products.
And Amazon sometimes does do some screwy things, don't they?
Yeah, sometimes you have to. I mean, some of the seller support issues, I'm not hearing back from them for like a month.
Oh my gosh! Holy cow!
Yeah, it's horrible.
You're taking
Especially when you're
forever.
doing private label. Yeah, when you're doing private label and you have a product that you're always selling, it's just ridiculous dealing with them.
Wow. All right, guys, thank you so much I know you got other things to do tonight, and you're going to be on other webinars with other people promoting the same thing. So one more quick question we'll take from James before we go. He's a beginner based in Zimbabwe. Cool, very cool. Where RA is impractical. Would it be feasible for me to participate in a Q4 group, guys? What do you think?
We had an international lounge last year with
Yes.
people from all over the world, Dubai, Thailand, Singapore, Vietnam. Oh, this guy from Vietnam.
Yeah.
There's this guy from Vietnam last year. He was making us look weak. He was crushing.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? That's motivation for us. Because the guy from Vietnam, he was buying online, sending it to a fulfillment center, having them prep and sending to Amazon. And he said, Lance and Barrington, thank you so much. Look at these numbers. And we were like, whoa, what are you doing, man, from Vietnam? Are you selling coconuts? Are you putting barcodes on them? He was going
insanity.
Crazy.
Look at Jason Tay, man. Look what Jason Tay's done.
Exactly.
And you know what?
He's in Singapore.
Guys, you know what? I'm right here. I live in Jamaica. If I get a deal and it's posted in the group, I jump online, I purchase it, I send it to a fulfillment center, have them prep, I send it into Amazon. Done. And I'm sitting right here.
You also call your some of your runners. Barrington has a couple people in the U.S. that just go run and buy the product. He pays them a couple bucks on each one.
Yep.
And you can do the same thing.
Absolutely. I would say that it's worth it just to be in the groups because you'll learn so much. But yes, you can. There's online deals that are posted on there as well. But if somebody finds a deal at the store, you can then do what Barrington just said: go online and order it, have it shipped to a prep center.
All right, I'm talking out loud.
Read that comment from Shannon.
So there's
a comment from Shannon.
Are not restricted now. Okay, good.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So Legos used to be restricted for some sellers. Now they're not. That's good to know.
That's great to know.
So outside of the U.S.,
Amazon
absolutely still possible. Amazon's screwy. And guys, is there a certain deadline? I know you guys are going to close them up and make sure there's only 50 per group.
Right. Yeah, we want to. And I mean, it's ballistic so far. The response has been great. So I mean, last year we had to pull the plug. I told Jim, hey, we can't keep it open forever because it's just so many people coming in.
Yep. That's right.
You know what was cool last year, Barrington? There was a couple people that were international, and then there was some folks that were domestic here in the U.S., and they were all in the WhatsApp groups. And some of the people in the U.S. were just running for the international people and making money just hanging out on the WhatsApp. That was really
there
cool.
You go. That was cool because that's a great way to use your time. This guy internationally says, hey, can you buy all right, perfect example. Lance gave me a deal that was, what was this? The sheet set. They call SHEEX. And I'm sitting here in Jamaica, and I called a friend of mine in New York, and I said, hey, if you go to the Marshalls and you find these sheet sets, I will send you the money on PayPal. Swipe your card, buy these products, send them into Amazon for me, and I'll give you $10 on each one. She went ballistic. She was just finding and buying, finding and buying, finding and buying. And I sent her $10 for each one. And my profit was like $65. So, okay, I went down to $55 profit. I'm not going to cry about that. It's a win-win.
That's awesome. All right. Cam's asking about, can you stipulate the need to join the international group if he joins?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Once you join, you can send and say, hey, I would like to be placed in one of the groups that are international. Yeah, awesome. You can do that.
Mm-hmm. There's a UK lounge too. I think we have a UK lounge again.
Yeah, we're going to do a UK lounge this year.
Cool. How many groups are you guys going to have? I guess you'll have as many groups as whatever you need. Once you have the number of people and you'll divide it by 50, and that'll be the number of groups. Cool. Last
we're cutting it off this year, I'm pretty sure.
Let you guys go. Lance, are you going to do your old Q4 list and give that away again?
It's already out there. It's there must be like 10 deals that could make you thousands of dollars already that are out there.
You know what? Before we go, I'm not going to guarantee everybody with this, but last year we had someone who was like, oh, well, I'm spending so much money. I'm buying these guys' group. How do I know I'm going to make the money back? I said to him, because I know I could do it. I said to him, if you don't make more than double your profit, I will personally out of my pocket, give you the money back, and pay you again. And
That's
I
awesome.
challenged him. I think the first 2 weeks, I never heard from him again. The dude was rocking and rolling. I think he came out with like 55 grand.
Wow.
Remember the other guy, Barrington? Now this is the other side of the coin. One of the guys was in the groups in 2014, and he was so happy. He's like, I want to buy somebody in this year. And he bought somebody in. Eric, Big Eric did that.
Right. He bought what? 5 seats? I think he bought 5 seats, 3 to 5 seats. And he's like, okay, I'm going to pay for 3 persons to join because I made so much money last year. I'm paying it forward. Amazing
Bernie
stuff
Sanders,
happened.
right?
Oh my gosh.
I think it was Eric Steinberg or whatever. Yeah,
Eric
but
Steinberg.
I mean, Eric, yeah, he did a great job, and he paid for people. And I'm like, how do you actually take money out of your pocket, buy 5? He's like, I'm going to gift this 5 tuitions for people. And some people really couldn't find it, and we actually just gave them those seats for free. And it's just an amazing thing at what happens. They just keep coming over and over and over and over.
That's awesome. Lance, where can people get your list? We got a couple of people asking about it.
Once they buy, I think it comes in the email.
Okay.
Yeah, it comes in yep.
Included in the email. All right, guys, it's a quarter after, so we're going to let these guys go. Appreciate all you guys that are on here. And so if you got any questions, feel free to email me. Guys, thanks so much for your time, and I appreciate it.
It was fun, man. Had a blast.
Awesome. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for joining us.
Cool.